Yo everyone, with the launch of chapter 4 we have a brand new map, so I'm guessing you want the best location to land and you want to be uncontested to gain them arena points, because arena is out and there's also a placement cup coming up, so you want to get the best points for that and place well. So for the first spot we have this little spot over here. I would say this is a solo spot, but let me run you through the loot. So once you land down at this house, and if you have like a really bad drop, you can actually go over to here and there's guaranteed spawn of 3 chests here. You have to get quite close to the chest to actually open them, but say someone does contest you, which I don't think it will be likely because it is quite an uncontested drop since it is quite far away, which is good. Not only is there them 3 chests, there's actually an additional other 3 chests. There's normally a chest that spawns in this corner, then you have this halo chest over here that you can actually get the shockwave hammer from, so if you're far from zone you can actually use the hammer to rotate to zone. And then you have a chest that spawns over here, and there's also motorcycles that spawn here. I don't think they're a guaranteed spawn, but that's also a good thing to go to zone. If you don't get the shockwave hammer, like you saw, I didn't get it out of the chest. But not only that, you're going to get ground loot on the floor from this house, and then you have the hollow chest over here. So if you do manage to find a key, or if you're just rotating by and you find this house, you can get the key and use it to get whatever you want, which it looks pretty good from these hollow chests. You also have fishing spots over here, so if you don't manage to pick up much hills, or you're just in a storm and you want to get some hills quickly, you can fish up. It is quite far away from circle, but that means you will get uncontested. It is next to shattered slabs. I've put it on the map for you there so you can have a look where it is, but I would definitely recommend landing this spot if you want to get uncontested, and you can get decent mats around. There's some brick around, wood around here, and then a couple of bushes to hide if you want to. Also over here, it's pretty much at the top of the snow biome, so it's pretty easy to miss. Oh, you also have a slipstream over here as well, which I didn't actually know about. You have a zipline to go down if you want to get away. This is kind of a duo spot, I would say, but you have a launch pad here to rotate, and then you have the keys, so then you can unlock all them goods. And then you have the ice box over here, so you can get the chug barrels or the new slap juice. Ammo box over here on the floor, and then lots of ground loot. But let's go to the top of the castle. So once you make it to the top of the castle, you get greeted with a chest over here, and then some ground loot spawns. There's also some ammo boxes, and you can just jump all the way to the bottom, so if you do get contested you can maybe do that to potentially survive and get this chest and kill the guy who's chasing you. You have an ammo box over here and another chest spawn over here. There shouldn't be too much people contesting you since it is at the top of the snow biome and it is quite a random castle, but it's definitely good to get some loot and get uncontested. You have lots of trees around, not too much brick and metal, but you'll definitely be stacked on the trees. But what you can actually do is hop on this launch pad and then move on to another spot. So once you go on the launch pad, if you want to either get more kills or just get a little bit more loot, you can either go over to here or go over to this other castle, but I'm going to go over to here. So you get a guaranteed slurp truck, so if you didn't get any shield from the castle, which probably won't be likely, but say you don't, you can get a slurp truck. Then you also have a motorcycle. One thing you should know about the motorcycles is they actually don't spawn in the arena, but there's a car here as well. And remember guys, it won't be a guaranteed spawn. And then you have a couple of chests here. Alright, let's go ahead to the main building. So you have another slurp truck here, and then you have the main building where you're gonna get lots of chests. I'll pop up the stats of this base, like all the chest spawns and all the ammo boxes and all of that. But I would say there will be probably a couple people landing here, maybe 1 or 2 teams, so I would watch out. But if you did land up at that castle and you see no one has landed here, definitely go for this spot, because you're going to get the extra loot. You also have lots of fishing spots around. You have a boat here as well to get away, but not only that, like I said, you have the cars and motorcycles, so you're stacked on rotation. You're going to be stacked on loot and shield because of the slurp trucks, and you also have some slurp barrels that I'll show you really quickly. So there's a slap barrel in here, and I'm pretty sure there's lots of others spread across this landing spot. But definitely would recommend landing here. You could even land here in trays, I would say, but yeah, definitely watch out for other people landing here. Let's move on to the next spot. Alright, so the next spot is at the edge of the map once again, but that's going to be good for getting uncontested, and it's right next to the Citadel, I think it's pronounced, but yeah, it's right over here. Let's get into the detail about the spot. So there's a total of 3 super chests here. You have one up top, and then let me show you the others real quick. And then the second one is actually through this door, and then you have it here. And not only is there the super chest, you obviously have the halo chest here, some slurp barrels as well, and lots of ground loot on the floor. I'll pop up a picture of all the loot, the chests and all the spawns on the screen right now for you. But let's go to the other super chest spawn. The third and final super chest spawn is actually on this bridge over here, so they're quite spread out, but once you do find them, it should help you with your loot. You also have a motorcycle here, and then more slurp barrels, and actually some pallets you can mine up. And I'm sure you saw some pallets I passed by over there you can mine up as well. You have like a nice little fishing spot over here. You can probably mine up this little lodge over there as well. I would say this spot is more of a duos drop spot than a solos drop spot, but you know, you definitely can land here in solos. Like I said, the pallets over here, you have quite a lot to mine up, lots of trees around, and there's actually some brick around at the other side across the bridge. Contested wise, you are pretty much at the side of the map, dead side, because you know, you just have water all around you, so I don't think too much people will land here, but maybe you'll get, you know, a couple of teams. But you know, that's good to fight off spawn, get the points off spawn, especially if you're in a tournament, that's key. But yeah, if you're a person who doesn't want to get keyed, then yeah, there's quite a good spot. You have 3 super chests. Don't know if you get the best loot in a super chest, but I think it's better than a normal chest, so yeah, definitely a good spot. Let's move on to the next one. For the 4th spot, we have these 3 little cottages over here, or houses, whatever you want to call it, and then you have a castle up there. But what you want to do is just land down over here. You probably won't get contested because you know, it's like in the middle of nowhere like most of the other spots, but you might get a few people landing near you. Let me show you where it's located. It's near Faulty Splits. Let me just zoom in really quick. These 3 little houses over here. You have lots of wood to mine up. You can actually get a bounty on someone. And then you have the halo chest over here, so if you do have a key, you can get that. You have the ice box. I'll pop up the stats of all the chests and you know, all the ammo boxes on the screen as usual. But it looks like a decent spot to land. Like I said, I don't think much people will be landing with you. You have a super chest that spawns here as well, which is really good, and then a couple other chests, lots of ground loot. You can mine up some brick. Not too much metal in these spots, but yeah, you have some slurp barrels here, so if you want to get some extra shield or save the shield that you already got, you can get them. And then this last house, you have 2 extra chests as well. On to the next spot. For the 5th and final drop spot, we have this gas station over here. Let me show you where it is quickly on the map. In the middle of Faulty Splits and Frenzy Field, so just over here at this gas station. Probably won't be too many people contesting you, but in solos lots of people actually do like to land at gas stations, so yeah, do be careful. I would say like maybe 1 or 2 people contesting you, but if not, if you get lucky, no one will contest you. You have the halo chest over here, so like I said, with all the spots, if you do manage to find a key, you're going to be getting some good loot. You have 2 cars that spawn here, the gas pumps as well. You have the icebox machine, and then you actually have a vending machine as well, which is pretty good. But not only is there this gas station, there's this spot over here, so let's see the loot over here. So you have lots of caravans over here. You have a car as well. Don't know if that's a guaranteed spawn, but you actually have a campfire here, then an ice cooler box as well. I'm going to pop up the stats of the chests and all the ammo boxes and all that good stuff for you to see once again. But yeah, it looks like there's a couple of chests in these caravans, so if you mess up your drop for the gas station, you can just land here, or if you're contested, you know, you can land here. But yeah, looks like a decently good spot. Don't think much people will come here. Maps wise, there's lots of trees around, and you have some brick around, and you can actually mine the caravans for some metal. This is probably the first spot that I mentioned that there's metal here, so that's good. You're going to get your hard mats up, and then the cars you can use for rotation. You also have this little river running down here, and then you can, you know, use that to rotate, use that to fish up as well. Alright everyone, I'm going to wrap up the video there. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hopefully these drop spots did help. Comment down below if you're going to use any of these drop spots. I'd love to see it. And see you in the next video. Peace.